Thousands of fast food workers in New York went on strike this week to protest for a $15 minimum wage. They said they just can't survive on $7.25 an hour. My Wall Street Journal editorial page colleague Sohrab Ahmari is here. Sohrab, let's just start with the basic economics. Isn't raising the minimum wage, wouldn't that put a lot of these people out of work?
Yeah, Mary, historically, when you raise the minimum wage, it correlates with, when you artificially inflate the minimum wage, it correlates with higher unemployment. Particularly in this particular industry, you have the risk of employers going to already embracing total automation, going further in that direction, in the sense that you already go into all sorts of stores where you use an iPad to do the ordering. So the sense that workers are just a superfluous additional cost, as far as employers are concerned, will only be inflated. So
you've got McDonald's protesters protesting to get more McDonald's workers fired. What does this do to the price of food?
Yeah, it's gonna boost the price of food in communities that already are suffering. You already have unemployment that you spoke about in the previous segment, and you also have higher prices for food and other basic foodstuffs.
Okay, so the economics here is clear. I want to move to kind of a cultural question. Yeah. What does it say about our culture, our society today, that you have workers protesting for more pay for the same amount of work? They just expect to be paid more.
I mean, a $15 minimum wage for fast food workers, it boggles the mind. And I think what you have is essentially a progressivism that is really, feeling a sense of triumph after President Obama's victory in 2000 last year. And you're no longer talking about incremental change or liberalism. You're talking about extortionist wages of up to $15, which, if the market prices fast food work at whatever it does, you've pushed that up to 15. It shows you the confidence that the progressive and labor movements feel right now.
But sorry, labor unions have always agitated for higher wages. Right. We live in a democratic state, New York. In fact, let's put up the chart of New York. They intend to raise the minimum wage, putting people out of work, up to $9 in 2016. But this is a different kind of entitlement society. What says to a worker in McDonald's, it's fine to go out on the street, not just to ask for that $9, but to ramp it up to 15? What are the messages that they're getting? Where's this coming from?
Right. I mean, it's the entitlement society without limits. In other words, work is no longer about hard work, about making sure that you can put food on your family's table by doing hard work. It's by making sure that regardless of what you do, you're rewarded at high wages far beyond what the market or what common sense would require.
Look, I know we're of different generations, but is this possibly a generational issue as well? I mean, I come from Gen X. Right. You were told, you're not supposed to love work, just go to work and do the job, and then you can live the rest of your life outside of the office. Is that changing with
now
Gen Y, the millennials?
Right, the millennials, you don't have to work, you have to protest and make the government impose a higher wage for you.
Okay, well, they may not like the consequences of what they're asking for. Right. Wall Street Journal editorial page colleague Sohrab Ahmari, thanks so much for being on the show.